Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome in. If you are new here, in this channel we like to take conversations that people are having on the internet, and we see it on Twitter, Reddit and that kind of thing, and look a little bit deeper into it and see where the truth lies, where people's opinions lie, and what the difference between the two is. In this video, we are going to be talking about this. Well, we're going to be talking about these. For any of you PC Master Race, or that one dude who makes all the prehistoric tools in the woods, this is a PS4 controller. The other day, I saw this tweet, and I watched the conversation that kind of came off the back of it, and it was interesting. So I thought, why not look into this properly and see what the names are, what people think, and where the names come from. So this tweet found some traction. There was plenty of conversation going on, box or square. Everything got real weird when the Cube Nation attacked, but neither side seemed to know that the other existed, a bit like the wiping standing up and wiping sitting down. In the middle of the conversation, Escapist magazine dropped this gem, though exactly which one of them it was identified very quickly. After the square box argument, I decided that I would go and have a look through Twitter and see if anyone else has uploaded any descriptions for the PlayStation buttons. So let's take a look at a few of my favourites. In a screen grab of a Twitch message, we see that obviously the buttons are called Orb, Pyramid, Box and Xbox. A personal favourite of mine, Pizza, No Pizza, Pizza Slice and Pizza Box. Another Twitter user uses the names Intersecting Parallel Lines, Equilateral Lemniscate, Trapezoid and Cubilateral, but I think he might just be trying to make me angry. Before really getting into the discussion on what's right and what's wrong, I thought it might be worth looking at some old controllers just to see what the origins of gaming controllers were like. We're definitely not going to be looking at the Atari, the Fairchild or the Magnavox. Don't even get me started on the Coleco. But in later generations of that, what were the controllers looking like and what were the functionality? After an experimental 10 years for game controllers, Nintendo came out with the NES using a simple D-pad start select A and B. Nintendo generally stuck with the letter-based button theme, adding an X and Y button with the SNES, L and R shoulder buttons, and then ultimately ending up with the Joy-Con, which still to this day uses A, B, X, Y. Unlike Nintendo, Sega were much less consistent with their button usage. The Sega Master System had a 1 and 2 key. The Sega Mega Drive, for the Americans the Genesis, had an A, B and C, and then much later on the Dreamcast came out, adopting Nintendo's A, B, X, Y system. Then in the 90s, PlayStation burst onto the scene with a button configuration that no one had seen or used before. Instead of using letters or numbers to denote their controls, they'd use shapes. But what do those shapes mean? If, like me, you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, you'll know that initially a lot of the games coming from Japan used the circle key as a confirm, which seemed counterintuitive to a lot of Western users. This seems to come from the Japanese usage of a circle symbol meaning correct and a cross symbol meaning incorrect. Though in later Final Fantasy games, this control system was reversed in Western releases. Although, with a certain enemy in Final Fantasy IX, the ragtime mouse, you have to give true or false answers to questions, and the true or false is denoted by a circle and an X, and also in PlayStation colours using a red circle and a blue X, which seems to reinforce this idea that that is the original meaning of the symbols on the controller. Insofar, we've looked at Twitch theories, we've looked at old controllers to work out where the buttons might have come from, and we also looked at some Japanese symbols meaning correct and incorrect. But so far, I haven't said what I think. One of my favourite theories is that the PlayStation controls are a callback to the Sega Master System. As we saw earlier, the Sega Master System uses the 1 and 2 buttons. I think PlayStation developers had already decided on a circle and a cross from the Japanese denotation for correct and incorrect, but they needed 2 more buttons, as other consoles already had 4 face buttons available to players. So what were they going to choose? An equilateral circle is made up of 1 line, a cross is made up of 2 lines, and you need 2 more buttons. Why not go 3 lines and 4 lines? There's no equilateral shape with 2 sides, so the cross still fits into the general idea of it, and an equilateral triangle and then a square, which is just an equilateral rectangle, seems to fit the bill pretty well. Even though I like this theory for the choice of shapes for the buttons, you're not going to find me giving people cheat codes or control instructions in numbers. As long as the person that I'm frantically yelling button inputs at understands what it is that I'm saying, surely it doesn't matter if I say square or rectangle or cube or box. Though it's probably going to be an interesting conversation after the fact when your friend turns to you and says, "Fuck are you saying press the Q button for?" As long as I understand what you're saying, surely it doesn't make that much odds. You made it to the end of the video. Well done you. I appreciate you sticking about with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you call the buttons, and if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content from me, hit that subscribe button so that YouTube lets you know that I'm uploading. Once again, thank you for dropping in, and I will see you next time.